Action! Welcome to the second episode of our podcast,
The Diary of a CEO Couple.
On my left side here, the beautiful Ann-Sophie Müller, a graphic designer, mother, entrepreneur, multiple businesses. And yeah, I'm happy that you're here with me.
On the other side, we have very unique, creative, great entrepreneur and problem solver, Patrick.
Thank you. Our topic today is UGC because it's actually, we have a UGC hype online at the moment, right? So UGC is the topic today. What is UGC? Why is it so hype? And what can we basically expect from UGC content and creators in 2023?
To start off with, it's very important to actually understand what it is, right?
Yeah.
So user-generated content is content created by consumers directly from the community that a brand has and is very important or valuable because it comes from the consumer directly in a way that it is, in the best case scenario, not paid. It's not asked for. It's actually just created and brands can use it to show their community or show the experience that their community has with their products or services.
I mean, you say it already, in best case, not paid.
Because right now we have that huge hype of UGC content creators that actually sell exactly that type of content. Obviously, they expect some money for that.
And it's fair. I think it's fair.
I mean, for who are you saying it's fair? Like what position are you taking right
now? Let's go one after another. I think it's a long journey to come to a point. I know where you're coming from and I can understand that you basically have this kind of views and knowledge or expectations that it should be like for free. Because when you think about where it comes from, then I get your point. So
like the traditional version is that.
But I mean, even though UGC is a term came up 6 months ago or 10 months ago, before that, it wasn't even a term. No one knew what is actually UGC.
You mean not
because
the mass?
There was no word for that, what happened. It was just doing a review online. If we go now and do a little bit of a timeline to have a better explanation out of it, it's more to think about what was the start. I mean, this kind of content is over 10 years old. So it exists long time ago. Right? It was basically into the timeline, this kind of stuff used for advertisements in the first place. And then when social media came up, it was like the influencer thing. So people influence their communities. And in this case, it doesn't have to be like a big community, like 1 million, 2 million, 5 million followers. It can also be a small community, 10,000, 30,000. And if you go really natural in it, even your friends on Facebook with 300 friends, 400 friends, and you tell them, hey, there is this nice new restaurant in our city, you should check it out. So this was like the start of UGC and doesn't
basically a recommendation.
A recommendation. Yeah. For example, on Google ratings or a comment, something on Amazon, whatever, right? So this was basically the start out of it. Now we are on a different point today. We had like the advertisement, then we had the influencers, and then we had brands buying the content from the influencers to use it. Now we come closer. And now through the hype of TikTok and how the algorithm works and how the app itself works, UGC came up in the last couple of months crazily. Because in marketing, we tell people you need to do something different. And like even months ago, years ago, half a year ago, people told you on TikTok, for example, you have to get people stop scrolling. TikTok works for your page and you scroll up and you need to have a good hook. You need to have a good sentence or a situation where you completely stop it, the scrolling, and the user gets to listen. Mm-hmm. So now we have the situation that we told people in the past, make something what interrupts their FYP and this will have more views. So that was right. Now these days, when advertisement came more into TikTok, because it wasn't there so much before, it didn't even exist at the start. So there was like no advertisement. And then the first advertisers started and it interrupted the whole journey because the big marketing guru guys came up with like, oh, now we take the TV spots and put it on TikTok. And that didn't work well because it was annoying for the user. They don't want to see it there. And they were thinking, well, what the heck is going on? Why are they interrupting my page? What's that kind of content? And then they went into, okay, now these days, the last couple of months, let's take user-generated content, like real videos which could be on every single channel, and buy this content and put it on our channel and advertise it. This is basically the start. This is like what UGC does today. And why is it so successful?
Because it's authentic.
And
valuable.
Yeah, it's valuable. Exactly. And this is what we preach all day, right? You need to make valuable content. I think the times are over.
Okay, now my perspective is, why do you think it is working so well?
Because it's different, it's
and
human.
Exactly, this is the point. So there's a community, and the community follows a brand or uses products or services from a brand. And they see UGC content on their platform.
Yeah.
And they for sure expect that kind of content to be real, like you just said, real. Mm-hmm. And now they find out that it was paid. That's that's a reason to break up with a brand. For me.
Okay, then why is the influencer...
Don't label your content UGC.
What's the difference?
When it's not really, because you paid for it. It's supposed to be you ask a content creator that already posted post with your product or your service, and you ask them whether or not you can take it to post on your page.
Yes. But
that's asking for approval, right? Like just asking, hey, can I use it?
Yeah.
But not, hey, can you create this kind of content for me?
Yeah, but
that's different. That's like working with an influencer.
So we did this for years now in the marketing industry. We gave products to influencers with 5 million followers, 10 million followers, and said, hey, use the product. And what are these guys doing? They hold the product in the camera and say, oh, that's the best product, the best, I don't know, shampoo I ever used. 3 months later, next brand. Oh, that's the best shampoo. And 2 months later, that's
exactly what I mean. There is like a parallel.
But this is the difference. Look, because this is unreal. The influencers are completely unreal. Most of them.
No, most of them. Content creator is not unreal.
No, I don't say it's not unreal, but you don't sell influence. You don't post it on your own page. You sell basically a part of an advertisement video, what works today. It's natural content, which works today on the For You pages for marketing situations where you want to market something. So the marketing industry knows what's working. If you're questioning everything, you can even say why you have even a logo. Everything should be without a logo. Everything should be without a brand. Everything should be just because it's like...
No, that's different. That's definitely different.
Okay, I mean,
it's
that's
like
maybe
you're labeling something as something that it's clearly not.
Yeah, but...
And that's like...
Who is this? It's the same thing when I go now on the street and say, hey, you are looking great. I think you would be perfect for my advertisement spot. So come in my studio and I make a video with you using the product and I pay you for being a model. That's the same thing. No, just now it's like the difference that people are doing that themselves. They say, I make a video about a product and I sell it to the brand. So now we have also the brands reaching out to people and say, hey, you want to do a video for me? Do it for me. I think we are now with Gen Z and the internet, how it develops these days with Web3 coming. What Web3 means is you want to own your piece of content or piece of internet, what you are in. You want to own it. You don't want like all the content you do, Facebook owns it, Instagram owns it, whatever, yeah, TikTok owns it. So they can close your account, and the content is gone. You don't own the content on the platform. So when people used reviews and stuff, it's like, I did it because it's nice. I love the product so much that I did a review out of it and then other people will buy it. And what bring I to the table to that is my review. And I hope when people buy it consistently, that the product will never stop being on the market, for example. Mm-hmm. And it's like natural for the brand. When you look into the numbers, 90% of people are buying more of a product or buying a product because they have good reviews. It's 90%, 9 out of 10. Yeah. And you know it as well. How many times do you come to me and say, look at this side table for the bed. It's like, it has 5,000 reviews. It's so good.
Wait, this has nothing to do here.
No, it's like normal. You would always go for that. Or when we go to a restaurant. The side table
didn't have any review.
When we go to a restaurant, you tell me, okay, let's see.
Of course.
Let's see what's on Google. And then you're all 4.4 stars with 20 reviews. Oh no, there are not a lot of people went there. So it could be all friends. But when there are 500 or 800, you say, oh, that looks good. It's all the time like that.
Yeah, I know.
For everything. So reviews working. And now what...
I'm not saying they don't.
Yeah.
You understand me, right?
I understand you completely.
Okay.
But this is the kind of marketing works today.
I understand that. But out of 10 UGC content creators,
yeah,
what do you think, how many of them actually are completely satisfied and happy with the product, or even know it and have tried it?
I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care.
That's exactly where I say this is influencer part.
No, I mean,
that's
it's
exactly,
for everything.
you send them a package and they do your content and then they send the content
How
back.
do you know that the
Now,
girl in the Nivea advertisement in the TV is...
traditional UGC content is based on one's own liking and when someone is really completely happy with the product.
That's review content.
And no, that's user-generated content.
User-generated content is a new term. It's extra made up for that.
No,
yeah,
no. UGC content has been out there for ages.
Yeah,
and this is how it started.
You never called it like that.
Of course.
No.
Of course.
You didn't call it like that. This term is new. It's a few months old.
It's not new.
This kind of terms, how you call it today and use it.
No,
it's like...
I've heard this term for years, not just yesterday. This is how it's supposed to be done. And people try to monetize it in a way that it's kind of a little bit influencer, but it's still user-generated content. So it's kind of in between.
It's not influencer
This
at
is
all.
not what real people want to see.
I understand, but let's break it down. We have let's break it down between UGC content creation and an influencer. An influencer sells two things. First, the production of the video, and second, the influence.
Their name in combination to the product or service.
They can influence people. So this is like where it comes from, right? They have a certain amount of people watching them and believing in them and what they do and want to be like them or want to use the product they have, or trust them so much that they have good taste and whatever, and bring up new things to them that they want to buy it. So this is the influencer. And now we have the user-generated content, which is selling no influence.
Yeah,
just
I understand
content.
That.
So that means authentic content. So now we have the two different things here. You can make up authentic content like everyone does in the world. Every marketing thing in the world basically did this in the past. Every TV spot, you think the girl in...
That's not authentic.
You think the girl in Nivea or whatever loved Nivea product and is in the shower like that.
That's why it's not authentic.
Yeah, it's not, but it's the advertisement industry.
That's marketing.
Yeah, that's marketing.
But that's different.
No, it's not.
That's why there is something like UGC, because these things don't really work anymore.
Because of the apps and how the For You page and scrolling and TikTok and so on working these days. And I mean, influencer marketing also doesn't work well anymore. If you look how it worked 2012, 13, 14 on Instagram, people posted a product and boom, through the moon. Yeah. Prices go up, sold out, everything. Then they had to regulations with this is marketing, this is advertisement, this is you can't just sell it. And then people understood, oh, wow, wait, they get paid for that? I didn't know that. And then it was oh, this is the influencer earned this and this and this. And then 15, 16, 17, people forgot about that. They don't care that they get paid for that. They don't think about, oh, this product is actually maybe not so good. Just the influencer XYZ got $10,000 for that. So they don't think about that. They see the product, they buy it. And we saw it multiple times for our customers.
Absolutely.
How they
just changed product after the campaign was over.
We also we bring something to the market, work with an influencer in Germany, for example, 1.6 million Leo, for example. And then the product got sold 15,000 times in the first month or 10,000 times in the first month. I don't know. And then we stopped working with the influencer and the product didn't get any sales anymore. So it works kind of.
While you work with an influencer after that.
And then really. All these influencers get millions of dollars and we are not getting any. We give them the platform, we give them the server, and they don't get any money. So they said, okay, we have to change something. So now the algorithm is completely fucked in Instagram, and that's why Instagram is dead. They try to now survive and try here and Reels and Shop and everything, what TikTok is doing. But as long as they don't change their algorithm and give people the opportunity to reach a lot of people without being an influencer, and just on the content you have done, they won't be that big anymore. And now influencers pay Instagram to get seen on their own page.
Yeah.
They are
Can we come back to the comparison between UGC and influencer? Both of them get money. Right?
Both of them get money. My point is just, we can see it's so authentic as it looks like, because I can agree with that. People are getting paid still for that. And there are a lot of people outside. And I like the best case scenario would be people are doing user-generated content for the product they have at home and really use. And then by putting this outside to other brands, they get money. This would be the best world.
Yes, that would be the best way.
It's real content.
Already some content that has already been posted, and brands ask those content creators if they can use it for some sort of money.
I can agree with that. So I think this is the best case. And that would also be the best case if we work with influencers. They say, oh, I use this brand actually. I thank you that I can work with you because that's my favorite brand.
Yeah.
So this kind of stuff, but we also saw the bad world when people said, okay, you don't pay enough. I use the product. I use it every day, but the other brand is paying me double. So I'm sorry, I have to advertise the others. And then we have both worlds, right? And this is the reality. People need to know that that's how it is. And it's business. It's just a big business. And now with UGC, I think it's kind of fair that people have the chance to earn a piece of money for the recommendation they do. Because as I said earlier, 9 of 10 people will buy because of a recommendation, and the brand will make money just because you wrote down 5 stars. And this is the restaurant will make money because people write down and you say, hey, that's cool, 5 stars and 500 reviews. Let's go and eat there. And then they make money because of this 500 people. Yeah. And so I think it's fair that this 500 people would get a piece of the money.
Yeah.
So looking into that. And on the other hand, we have the problem that you basically screw around people with not real content because they get paid for it and they never used the product before and they just do it to make money.
Exactly. And people that look at that kind of content have the expectation that this is real because this is how it started. This is the traditional way of implementing UGC content. And me as a consumer, I would be quite disappointed if I would find out that the so-called UGC content is actually paid.
I understand. I can all get these points, but in the end, it's a very good method to market your brand because it's perfectly fitting into the system of TikTok these days. So the user will see it, you can advertise it, but I see a much bigger problem with that actually, what we didn't talk about. So when we see into UGC and we talk now about what is better and not, we can agree basically that this will be the hype side hustle in 2023.
Yeah.
Everyone will see it in the internet. UGC will be the money cash cow in all sides. It will be a lot of money for a lot of creators. It will be a good side hustle where creators make a few $100, and it will be a big side hustle, a main hustle, not even a side hustle for all these fucking coaches which tell you how to be a UGC creator. I made 20,000 this month just with that. Lies over lies. This will be the biggest thing. Your For You page, guys, watch me. Your For You page is full of this shit this year. Yeah, next year. It will be the next 6 months. You will see UGC, how to make 50,000 a month. I made it with courses, but I don't tell anyone. This will be the thing that we can agree on that. But yes. I see for a bigger problem, where I see the biggest problem in UGC content is that people don't think far enough in this situation. Let's say we have brands like Balenciaga now with the big shitstorm. No one is really talking about it, but it's wow. It's not a topic for here now. But
for another maybe.
For another
podcast.
So, but we have brands out there, they do shit. Yeah. They get a shitstorm, they do something you can't agree with. And now they earn your face and your content. They bought it from you.
Yeah.
And can advertise still with this content. I think this is the biggest problem because let's say they do something really crucial and then it comes to a situation you don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah.
What happens?
But can there not be some sort of contract between a UGC content creator and a brand? Influencers do that all the time. Why can't it be with a UGC creator?
There should be. And at the moment, it's a lot of people don't have the knowledge.
Easy to just eliminate all content you have ever posted for that brand in case they do something you don't want to be associated with.
Look how many influencers we worked with in the past, especially in the young years when influencer came up, and we didn't even do a contract at the start. So it just was like, okay, we pay you and you do the content, and we have pictures on websites from our customers.
They never actually wanted one. They never
of course not, but it was very easy. And
I mean, maybe that could be a tip from our side to UGC content creators always ask for a contract. No matter how small the content you create, maybe it's just a picture, maybe it's just one video, but no matter how small the content is, always ask for a contract just for your own safety, to always be in power of your content that you put out there.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
So the positive sides of it for brands is obviously that there's no production cost, right?
Exactly.
I mean, they have to pay something, but it's not as much as they would put into production.
Millions different faces, million different campaigns, completely
Variety.
Like the creativity of the whole world you get.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I mean, what you need to do as a UGC content creator, if you want to do money in 2023, basically, you should definitely see on our channels. We will talk about that on TikTok as well. But because I mean, we support UGC content.
Yes.
But we want to take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
This is basically
and with awareness.
Yeah, with awareness. Okay. So, and every single person outside needs to understand that's a bubble, which is beautiful and big, but you need to understand, everyone in business needed to understand for different scenarios that we have always the case of inside influence, which can go to the point that you don't want to work with a brand anymore. And if you don't have a contract where you have like the sentence, in case I can, or do it for 1 year, and after that I can always say to delete the video, whatever, you can come in big trouble. Yeah, for yourself, and you don't want to work with this. So that's where I could agree with the points maybe you didn't speak out so properly. Extensively, basically to say, hey, it's even nicer if you can work as a UGC creator and do it with a brand you really love. Okay?
This is like the best case scenario.
Yeah. I would do this. When I'm a UGC creator, I would work first of all with all the products I love. And then I would make content. I would put it in my portfolio. I would write to brands and say, okay, this is my portfolio. I would like to work with your brand because I use it since 10 years, whatever.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you should be open for new brands, right? I mean, new products is not always bad. It's not like, oh, you can't be authentic because you never used the product. It could be a new product.
In that case, I would probably call it more like testimonial. Like, I give you a product, you try it out once, and then you tell me how it is. For me, there is some sort of difference between the two. User-generated content, I feel, has really to do with a product you are absolutely satisfied with and have been for quite some time. And then like sending your product, and even if you're super happy with it, it's like the first time use or maybe a week of using the product. So I think the two have different values in a way that this goes like UGC in my eyes goes back. And then if you receive a package with a product you like, that's good. And it's nice that you can give your honest review and it's positive. But it's just like my first impression in a way, my first use was good. So not maybe, as valuable.
Yeah, so maybe we could tell to the people outside, to UGC creators in 2023, guys, do yourself a favor, do the world a favor. And when you get a new product, don't make a review video out of it straight away. Use it for 4 weeks, try the product. And if you're really convinced, then make a video out of it and sell it to the brand. Maybe that's something we could work on, right?
That's a good middle way. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, unrealistic because people send you the product and say, I want the video tomorrow.
Yes.
If there are brands sitting outside, if there are real brands sitting outside, and I mean from the brand side, you will see ads on it, you will make money out of it. You want people to have really, really good content and real content. As a brand side, give people the time to use the product. They can even then you will tell there are a lot of people which are good actors, but they will
have more confidence in your product.
Yeah, and you will see this in the videos. But we can agree it's a big opportunity for brands and creators outside for 2023. There's a few $100 a month for everyone inside the bottle. And you should make, if you want to earn a few $100 a month with that, this is the side hustle. You don't need any money to start. You don't need any material. You don't need basically to start with first customers or something. You can make nice content with the products you have, put it in your portfolio, send it to 100 of brands on Instagram and Twitter and co, and then get some piece of the cake in the big billion-dollar marketing industry.
Yeah. So really the great thing that I wanted to say as we finish and close up this podcast for today is that this is a huge opportunity for not only influencers, right? Because so far on social media, mostly influencers had the opportunity to earn a lot of money, but small creators or small accounts were really left out. So you really had to grow over 10,000, 20, 30, 40,000 to actually get any client or any brand to approach you to create content for them. And now what I see is really great because the UGC content creation gives a lot of small content creators the opportunity to, you know, as you already said, like earn a little bit of the pie and
absolutely
do what they love, right?
I mean, the saddest point, what I heard in the internet in the last couple of days when we went into like UGC is influencers telling they are so happy UGC actually exists because I don't have to post it anymore on my own page.
Oh my, oh goodness.
Yeah.
This is like a whole different topic for another podcast.
Yeah. How unreal are influencers? That's like, I heard it so much. Oh, I'm so happy. You don't have to post it on your own page. Oh, is that nice? You don't have to make it ugly. You don't have to make it ugly.
But actually this statement pushes the thought that influencers see UGC content as just creating content, earning money for that.
Without
having to put it on their own channel. Yeah. So basically it's influencing without the influence.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we have a nice episode.
Yes, absolutely.
This is UGC. We talked a little bit about UGC. If you have any questions about UGC and want to know more about it, put your questions in the comments and we are happy to answer. And if there are enough questions about UGC, if you want to know, for example, how to start or what to do, whatever, put it down and we can do a second episode out of it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you.
And guys, please follow the channel, like, this helps the algorithm to see us more. Subscribe, but also comment, okay? If you like it, if you watch the whole episode, we don't have hundreds of people watching it, but even the 10 people, 20 people watching it, if you comment, that helps the algorithm. And yeah, we would appreciate it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, see you in the next episode, guys.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.